with joining resources?
Sure. So my name is Christine Peruta, and I'm the coordinator of the Local Share program, which is a program of the Food Shed Alliance. And Local Share and Pathways has been working together for quite a number of years now. And about a year and a half ago, about 50 organizations came together to develop a program called the Sussex County Hunger Coalition. And we're very fortunate that this coalition was formed when it was, because when the pandemic hit, we really were ready. We had boots on the ground already around the issues of food insufficiency, hunger, poverty, and the like. Local Share, normally this time of the year, is preparing for the harvest with our farmers in our community. But we fortunately were able to shift gears, because we haven't started harvesting food yet with our volunteers, to utilize our resources with volunteers as well as with our vehicles to partner with Pathways and all of the programs that we're working with in Sussex County. We were able to contribute our vehicles and our volunteers. Pathways has been able to donate their space, and again, volunteers and many other organizations throughout Sussex County are working together to make this particular project during the pandemic possible, feeding so many people throughout the county, not just here in Newton, but really from Wantage to Vernon, and all the way back around down to Newton. One of our great partners is the Sparta Ecumenical Food Pantry, as well as the Sussex County Food Pantry here in Newton. Many partners. As I said, there were about 50 of them. But we know the value of partnership and what it means for our community. In this particular situation, it has allowed us to continue to serve. While many organizations have had to take time off or have employees furloughed, we've been able to continue to work together to make projects like this today, this food distribution, possible. So we're very grateful for the partnership with Pathways. The Food Shed Alliance is involved in many other projects that primarily have to do with farming in our community and the farm economy. And so Local Share is just one program that's involved with food justice and getting locally grown food to those in need.
What would you say to somebody that finds himself in a situation that they need your help? What do I do? Where do I go? What do I do?
Anyone now in Sussex County who needs help can visit the county webpage that has a posting with a phone number that people can contact to get on a list for this particular distribution. There's also a list of every food pantry in Sussex County that's live, so that if there are changes to hours or distribution times, people can see that right in their own town, what might be available to them. And we're fortunate now that we've been able to incorporate some fresh food into these packages that we're preparing for people, which we know is obviously important for their overall health, nutrition, all of it, especially now.
Anything else that you want to say that you've seen in the community that you haven't witnessed before? I'm sure you've done this for a long time, so you've seen a lot of need, a lot of tragedy. Anything different with working with Pathways over?
As I say, we've been working together for years, and we started distributing produce here at Pathways several years ago, and that transitioned into a free farmers market on Tuesdays, and that really transitioned into what we're doing here today. Again, with all of the partners, it's not just the two organizations; it's really everyone working together to make this happen. With that very strong foundation of the Sussex County Hunger Coalition. So we're very happy to have had that experience. We know that fresh food is really important, and we just continue down that road to provide the freshest food we can for as many as we can in the community. And again, for us, that is really in cooperation with our farmers, and the farming community here is very generous and allows us to harvest food for this purpose.
Tell me about some of the volunteers, what you've heard from some of your volunteers, the impact that that they see that's making on the community, and B, I'm sure they have some of their own self-reward. So talk a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So our program, Local Share, really relies almost completely on volunteers. This has been very difficult time for our volunteers who have been really sidelined, because many of them are retired folks that it may be a danger for them to come out. The work is heavy, and we care about their their health and well-being, obviously. So it's been difficult. People want to get involved. We are asking select people to get involved in projects where we can, and people are most grateful for that chance to do something, to have some kind of participation toward, helping others, because it's really what they do. Our volunteer pool, as I say, is really primarily retired folks, as well as school groups and all the other kinds of groups you can imagine, scouts, etc., religious groups, churches, and that sort of thing. But during this time, we've relied on a few people here and a few people there, and everyone is anxious to participate in the ways that they can. I know that. I will say that for this project today, we had the orange bags that you've seen going out are loaded with produce, and we were able to put together 200 of those bags yesterday with several volunteers. And I've gotten emails today thanking us, for that opportunity. As I say, I think people really just want to help. It's a matter of making sure they can do so safely for all of us.
Thank you.
Can we just get a comparison? It's pretty cut and dry comparison of what it was like 6 weeks ago for you, as far as helping people, and what it's like now.
Yeah,
And
for
how
us-
did you ramp up so quickly? Because
Wow,
I
yeah.
mean, like this
It's-
nobody knew that this was happening
No, I
until
know.
it happened, and then nobody knew how bad it was going to get until it got bad.
I know.
So I mean, what was your? I want to hear. We were serving this many people.
So this is the weird thing. I just as an aside. So local share, during the winter doesn't serve people,
Yeah.
and we don't have a location where people come. We're behind the scenes. We're at farms harvesting food, and then
And nothing's
distributing that
growing.
food, and nothing's growing right now. So normally during
Talk
the
to Nancy
okay.
about
Yeah.
that.
Start right at the beginning.
So at the beginning of this pandemic, our routine in the winter months is really to review our year, to plan for the coming year, to do outreach to all of our partners, to figure out how we might work our logistics better to get more food out to more people. And then when the pandemic came along, as I said earlier, we really have these roots in the community because we work with all of the food pantries, all of the social service agencies. We have that really nice foundation already, and we were very fortunate to kind of say, okay, we'll look at some of these other things that we normally do in the winter later. We really need to respond immediately to this crisis, and we're very fortunate that we're part of the Food Shed Alliance. Our executive director gave us the green light to go ahead and continue with the work that we do through the Sussex County Hunger Coalition. And so typically in the winter, we're doing very different office kind of work, and we were able to shift gears again to boots on the ground. As I say, we have a vehicle, so we were able to offer that. We've been going to the food bank in Phillipsburg, the Norris Cap Food Bank in Phillipsburg, with our truck and trailer, and picking up food for our partners, something we can do. So we shifted gears in that way. We very much look forward to getting back to working with our farmers when the harvest comes, but this is a good use of our resources and our time right now, and we're happy to be able to serve the community. Does that help you?
Yeah, that was
With that piece, yeah.
Yeah.
If there's anything else you want to say that I'm not asking you, that
Yeah, I'm not, this isn't really, for me it's a little uncomfortable, I'm not really
well,
a public
think of it
speaker,
this
but
way. You potentially have the opportunity of getting your message out to more than just Northwest Virginia. So anything you want to say, you have the opportunity. I just want to offer that to
no, I
you.
appreciate that. I totally appreciate that. I mean, our greatest needs are really, like everybody, like all the nonprofits. It's funding, it's volunteers,
Right,
it's the
that's
same
the
message.
frame. Let me say that.
Sure. So the only thing I would like to leave you with is that our message and our needs are the same as they are for many nonprofits right now. Our methods of raising money have changed. We've not been able to hold some of the annual events and things that are primary for us. So we have needs within our own organization to fundraise, to be able to continue these kinds of partnerships. We do have our own relief fund going for our organization as a fundraiser at the Food Shed Alliance. In addition to that, we've been able to help by funneling some money that's been donated from the community through our organization, through Local Share SOS Fund, and that money has gone for the purchase of food. So we're just acting as a conduit for that money. There hasn't been any overhead or any admin cost for that, and we've been very happy that we've been able to do that. It has allowed us to purchase food, for example, from farmers, and we've been able to assist pantries with donations towards their purchase of food. So again, you know, I think every organization is feeling and will continue to feel the loss of financial support. And so anyone that's interested in the work that we do, I would really recommend you visit our website and reach out. If you want to volunteer, if you want to get to know more about farming in our community, we always need boots on the ground and hands to harvest with us for the good of all our community.